parents' memories, but you didn't get mine. It took me 20 years to find you. How many people can say that? I found you, which makes me perfect for this job.
Well, get ready for the return of alien-aware cops, an action-packed throwback to the 70s, and a zombie movie with a star-studded cast. Film critic and In Kansas City Magazine contributor Lonita Cook is here. We got a big look ahead at the latest box office weekend, and we're also doing it in style in these shades.
That's right, Agent B. How you doing today?
Well, with the firepower of this, it sounds like nobody better mess with me.
No, but I got the noisy cricket, okay?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so you just saw this movie last night. You know, what were your thoughts? Because for me, I'm like, how do you bring this franchise back with without its two biggest stars?
You just cast him with two other big stars. That's how you do. You got Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson as our men, women in black.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I know people are wondering if they're going to have the same kind of chemistry that our previous stars had. I'm going to say they have a similar chemistry, but it's a little bit of boy-girl action going on there. It's like a little dreamy eyes here, little dreamy eyes there.
Okay, so it kind of sounds like you're hinting at some sort of a love story, something like that.
You
didn't say that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And how does this compare? Because I know in one of the trailers, of course, they had like the Thor hammer there, but they didn't want to like touch on too many of those jokes.
Yeah. So there was a cute little moment. There are a lot of cute little throws to Thor and then maybe the previous movies. So they give you some tidbits to keep you going. I will say they give you time to get oriented to the new cast. A lot of the story beats from the original MIB, this one is very reminiscent of that. And then kind of halfway through the second act, it starts picking up and launches into its own story.
Okay, and this is a story, do you recommend us watching it?
Sure.
Okay.
Have a good time.
Okay, well, I'll bring the popcorn. Maybe you and I can catch up on it.
I'm for it.
Okay, now let's switch gears into Shaft.
Into Shaft. You know they say that Shaft's a bad mother.
Watch your mouth, yeah. So we are gonna watch our mouth there,
Shut
obviously.
your mouth, that's right.
Yeah, and then so let's talk about this. You know, how did this story and character transition into the 21st century? Because I remember my mom like loving Shaft.
Oh yeah, I grew up watching Shaft. I know that my generation had a Shaft, and now the next generation has a Shaft. Shaft Jr. Oh yeah, I guess the third.
He is the third. And that, you know, that's one thing I really noted from the trailer is you see the three generations walking out in their coats and they just look bad.
You know what? Shaft ain't Shaft without that walk. Okay, and so the third, he's a little bit square. Oh
geez.
Yeah, and so you got this smooth daddy-o Shaft father, and then he is kind of buttoned up, so there's this really cool opposites dynamic going on with father and son. And then it gets good. There's a crime to solve. They hook up. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much away because this one's really great. There's a great soundtrack, headbangers. Yeah. It's funny, lots of action, everything you love about the Shaft franchise. Yeah.
So maybe go ahead and take mom to that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a little bit, you know, you got Richard Roundtree. Yeah, take your mama. I'm trying to think, should you take your kids? Maybe your grown kids.
Okay, grown kids. Okay, so let's switch gears again. The Dead Don't Die. So this movie seems to have a lot of humor for a zombie flick.
So this is Jim Jarmusch, and he is a very brilliant storyteller, but his films don't necessarily resonate with wide audiences. And I'm gonna say this one's gonna be like that. It's incredibly funny. You have a star-studded cast. It stars Bill Murray and Adam Driver, and then you got a lot of peripheral celebrities in the cast. But it's just a story that there's no real cause and effect. It's just they're inside this town, there's a zombie apocalypse, and stuff happens, but nothing causes it to happen really. So I don't know that it'll resonate with audiences like we hope a movie could.
Okay, so I've never seen a zombie movie really, but I was like, this one seemed funny enough that I at least could try it. But Lonita,
it's very funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny, but you know, it's not culturally relevant. I think they want to make a metaphor about zombieism and us being on our phones, but it's been done so many times, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they're not saying anything new. The way they say it is hilarious, but what they're saying.
Right. Well, Lonita, thank you as always for your insights.
Thank you.
Bill?